join us on this exciting Friday night matchup. This is Kevin Harlan. I'll be joined by Greg Anthony, Tim Legler, and we'll be hearing from our reporter, Allie LaForce, in the sidelines as well. Let's see the stat sheet here for Jalen Duren.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Klingon is out there with Jeremy Grant. Then it's Sharp. Then it's Denny Avdia. And it's Kamare in at the 3 spot. And for Detroit, Harris steps in at the 4 with Duren at the center spot. Duncan Robinson out there with Cade Cunningham. And it's Thompson in at the 3. Possessions can't end until somebody grabs a rebound, Greg. 2 of the best on the boards are facing off tonight. They prioritize rebounding.
And getting those extra possessions can really break a team's will. When excellent rebounding teams play, everyone has to work a little harder to secure the ball.
Just 2 to shoot. Here's Kamara. Detroit with the rebound. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Portland.
And just couldn't make the most of their meetings last year. Ended up splitting the season series.
Now, here is Robinson. Count that bucket.
Yeah, and I like Cunningham from the mid-range area of the floor. It's the most difficult place for a defense to run extra traffic at you.
Here's Sharp. Avdia with a screen for Sharp. Pass to Grant for 3. The Trailblazers rebound. Klingon with it. Duren's on him. Grant lays it up and banks it in.
That's a tough combination of strength and balance there by Grant. He was able to fight through that contact and finish.
Now, here is Robinson. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Down low, here's Duren. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
That is a quality look. You can't do it much better than that.
Here's Klingon. He puts up decent numbers on a nightly basis, averaging about 10 points a game. Grant against Harris. From the arc. Duren pulls it in.
Still trying to find their rhythm offensively. Just 1 for 4 so far.
And Tim, it came out this past summer that the Trailblazers were for sale.
And with the entirety of the proceeds of that sale going to charitable causes, and with franchise value skyrocketing league-wide, a lot of good is going to come from this transfer.
And slam dunk by Kamara.
Oh, good pass right there from Sharp. These types of plays really help team chemistry.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Grant against Harris. Duren with a screen on Grant. There's the lob to Duren. Harris finds Duren. Here's Thompson. And Klingon pulls it down. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. It's stolen by Harris. Cunningham outside. Pass to Robinson. Back to Cunningham. No good on the 3. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
We'd heard the stories about Sharp and how impressive his vertical is. Now we see it on full display.
Now, here's Cunningham. 17 points in his last outing. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Also, the ball handler needs to wait until the screener's feet are set.
Grant with the ball. Guarded by Harris. Pass to Sharp. Now, here's Grant. Goes up on the wing. Duren pulls it in.
He seems a little out of rhythm right now.
Harris, right side. Stolen by Grant. Avdia with it. Coming off a solid outing against Cleveland. hands the 12-footer.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's ready to talk things through with them. Jalen Duren is certainly a force, Tim, in this NBA. He's a nightly double-double.
Well, he looks like a bouncer at a nightclub, but you forget how young this guy is. If he keeps improving like this, Kevin, he has a chance to be one of the premier bigs in this league.
I was going to say the same thing about you, but I'll call you a Greek god as opposed to a bouncer in a bar. How's that?
I much prefer the Greek god description.
Here to look at some of the stats for Deni Avdija. And he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates, such an asset.
And yeah, one of the most dangerous scorers in the game. He's already come up big in some key games this year. His teammates really feed off his presence, I think. They could use a bucket. Clingan with the block.
Intimidation at the defensive end. That's something Clingan can provide right away, while the rest of his game is a bit of a work in progress.
Cunningham kicks to Harris. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Avdija. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Look at the Trailblazers. They're down in 9th place so far, still early in the season.
And seeing where Portland is, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Yeah, they're right where we thought they would be, and that's okay. Improvement rarely happens overnight.
Just 3 to shoot. Robinson, that's good.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here's Sean. His last outing with 20 points. Grant for 3. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
Well, that's the thing about Tobias Harris. You think of him as a high-volume three-point shooter, but historically, he actually takes a lot more twos.
Sharp, the pass to Grant. Lets the 3 fly. Detroit with the rebound. Duren's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Cunningham on the wing. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Cunningham's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Cunningham is not shy about mixing it up down low. He's got a great feel around the rim.
Here's Sharp, shooting foul. As the whistle blows, he'll shoot 2 free throws. And after years of disappointment, the Pistons, Tim, finally seem to have put it together.
And I think the key for them has been blending in the right amount of veteran leadership with their emerging young players. And I'll tell you what, this team still has a lot more upside.
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. On the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. This group has players swatting away the most shots in the league this month, the shot block leaders. Now you look at Stewart, an intimidating defender, third in the league.
And guys, as the month has unfolded, his interior defense has gotten better and better.
The free throw drops for Sharp. And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
The international flavors just continue to boom in the NBA, and a big part of that moving forward, guys, is going to be Yang Hansen. He's going to be the driver of millions and millions of viewers abroad, and so for Portland, for the NBA, Yang Hansen's going to be a player to keep a very close eye on.
Crossing over the borders. Thanks so much for the report, Shams. Now, here's Ivy. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. It's LeVert on the wing. He's covered by Murray. Again, the Pistons good for 2.
And it's clear that LeVert has tons of confidence, especially in his ability to drain jumpers.
Yang guarded by Stewart. Pass to Sharp. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Sharp's got 7.
Great at creating shots. Sharp did it there with that catch and shoot.
Now, here's Ivy. No good on his first attempt of the game. Tie game in Detroit. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, the energy was there. The communication was there. I think they can build on this going forward.
They've got Holland. He's out there with Isaiah Stewart. Karis LeVert is out there with Jaden Ivey. And it's Jenkins in at the point. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. Now here's Love. Shot from free throw range. And the shot no good, a bit short.
That's great shot selection, just poor execution. If you're going to take those mid-range shots, you've got to knock them down.
Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And that's a really good decision by Jaden Ivey. He didn't like what he saw inside, so he kicked it out.
So the wing on the left. Yang, guarded by Stewart. It's good. Tim, these days, things are changing for modern NBA big men.
Well, there is no doubt when I played, every team had 4 or 5 legitimate post players, and the ball went in to the low post regularly throughout the game. I think now the difference is you have to have versatility in your game. Teams are looking for bigs that can shoot it, handle it, and facilitate.
Valuable pieces for sure. out there for Detroit. Thompson, he's checked in for Holland. Duncan Robinson comes in for Jaden Ivey. And it's Cunningham in for Jenkins. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Pass to Cunningham, and stolen by Murray. To the paint. Now Kamara. 17 points in his last outing. Can't cash in from close range. Cunningham, and Cunningham with the slam.
Cunningham showing you some of that athleticism.
And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. It's a 5-point game. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Jeremy Grant began his career as an activity role player, but he's been adding layers. He said at the start, whatever I needed to do to get on the court, whether it was defense, rebounding, blocking shots, I was going to do it. I wanted to see what I was capable of, so I put a lot of work in, expanding my role. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Allie. To the inside. And it's on a bounce to the Pistons as Detroit retains possession. And here's the upcoming schedule for the Trailblazers. On Sunday, they'll face off against John Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies. And then on Thursday, they'll take on Zion Williamson and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And that game against Sacramento, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Now, here's Cunningham. He has 6. Just 5 on the clock. Portland grabs the miss. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
Yeah, I love the mindset they brought into that game. Didn't wait for the game to come to them. They made it a point to be the aggressors.
And finished off by Avdia.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Well, defensively, you can't allow that in a game this close.
The dive for the ball.
And you could see he knew exactly where that long rebound was coming off, able to get there quickly and snatch it up. Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. And Tim, the improvement for the Detroit Pistons keyed by acquiring veteran floor spacers. You must like that aspect, am I right?
Yeah, I love that, Kevin. The fact that they have a star offensive player and they went out and added guys that can create more space for their best player and also can become a great defensive team.
And we were talking about, Tim, the front office, the Blazers very pleased with their internal development.
Well, the pieces fit. They're not just young players looking to score, but you have guys who are willing to defend and make hustle plays. That's how you build a winning culture.
No good on the free throw. And with the trend, Greg, toward a faster pace, do you miss watching those grinded-out half-court battles that enthralled millions during the Jordan era?
Well, I miss playing more than anything, but as far as watching, the game for me is as good as it's ever been.
Jalen Duren, he's checked in for Detroit. He's off on the second. Fades back. And again, Cunningham missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Avdia finds Sharp. Offline with his 3.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
It's deflected and stolen by Sharp. Grant against Cunningham. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And let's quickly check in on the season's top rookie rebounders so far. Second is Donovan Clingan.
And, you know, rebounding was a skill that I thought would translate to the NBA for him. We knew he could board with the best of them, and he has not disappointed.
And Portland making a change here. Kamara is checked in. And Thompson kicks to Harris. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
You have to defend the three-point line. They got lucky he missed that one.
Sharp against Cunningham. Now, here's Sean. He's guarded closer. Cunningham with some nice D. Harris outside. Cunningham looking it over. Pass to Duran. Just 4 to shoot. Shoots over Grant. Duran, no good.
Well, that's a shot he should make a majority of the time.
Avdia, the pass to Sharp. Grant outside. To end the cold streak. Rebound by the Pistons. Duran's got his 6th rebound on the night. Thompson outside. Back to Robinson. They get a hand on it. Harris outside. Detroit, no good that time either. Portland trailing here. Pass to Kamare. Back to Avdia. Cunningham against Sharp. Back to Avdia. The 3. To the wing right side. Kamara. A miss that time. Would have put him up. For Detroit, they've gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Up the floor. Pass to Klingon. Avdia on the wing. Here's Sharp. Buried from outside. And I don't know. I think we may see a review here. That was pretty close.
The previous play is under review.
They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
And even though, you know, you're thinking maybe we don't need to replay in a situation like this, still plenty of time left in this game. And really, it's about...
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And they're keeping the call as is. It was close, but he had not released it before the clock had expired.
Yeah, still better safe than sorry. I think they did the right thing to take another look at it. And if it's so close that you can't tell by the naked eye, might as well go to the slow-mo.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's Detroit up 1. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games.
And looking at the Bucks matchup, they hold some advantages, but can't play sloppy or uninspired. Still have to come in focused and get the job done.
That's just like us here in the studio. It's hard to bring it every day, but, you know, we try. Moving on, let's look at how these Pistons are doing. That first half was close.
They're riding the wave of enthusiasm in this arena.
Yeah, getting that boost of adrenaline. They're giving this crowd a show and trying to bring home the W. And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. They lead by 1. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Sharp out there with Avdia. Then there's Tamani Kamara. Then there's Grant. And it's Clingan in at the 5 down low. Now here's Sharp. They set the screen. Avdia up top. Shot clock at 6. Back to Clingan. Lead pass was put in just the right spot.
I tell you, not only does Clingan set sturdy screens, he knows how to make himself available for the pass.
Cunningham against Sharp. Cunningham inside. Right side Robinson. Sharp against Cunningham. A 3 off the mark. The Trailblazers shooting around 40% from the floor here. Here's Sharp, and then Sharp with the dunk. Third quarter here, and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Greg, the Pistons had some decisions to make this summer, with some of their veterans hitting free agency.
And with Cade Cunningham making All-NBA and earning that raise, a tight squeeze financially, not easy to keep a high-performing team together.
Pass to Sharp. Here's Grant. And now Harris running the floor all by himself. There's the lob to Duren.
And if Duren decides to go up and try to dunk that, who in this league is going to get in his way?
Sharp on the wing. Covered by Cunningham. Sharp against Cunningham. It's good. Sharp's got 4 points this quarter.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Cunningham finds Duren. And here is Harris. Over Grant. Misses the baby hook. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Kamara. And slam dunk by Kamara.
And nice pass by Grant. And this is what happens when you become a great scorer. You draw defenders, which often leaves someone open.
Now here's Cunningham. He's got 8. Harris kicks to Cunningham. 6 on the shot clock. Inside, here's Grant. Robinson pulls it in.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Harris outside. Pass to Thompson. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
The craftiness on his finish helped Thompson grab the whistle on that play.
A defensive tone setter, that's Asar Thompson. He shadows his man with relentless determination, but his game right before his 10, don't you think, is expanding in every way?
Oh, he's got immeasurable impact defensively, blocks, steals, deflections, always a disruptor. He's still a little bit foul prone, but I think as he starts to get a reputation in this league as an elite defender, he is going to be scary.
Detroit making a switch. Jenkins checked in. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Murray's checked in. Thompson no good on the free throw. Tim, in your career, you played at every level of basketball, pro and college and before. What's the single biggest change in your mind as far as professional basketball outside the NBA?
Well, Kevin, I think globally the level of play has just risen dramatically. There's a much greater belief now that you can actually make it to the league even if you're playing outside this country. And then the G League has created a much more streamlined path for those who want to work their way into the league.
G League has been terrific.
It sure has.
A powerhouse slam. Klingen gave it everything on that one.
To the middle. Here's Duran. And Duran slams it in. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail-biter.
Now here's Murray. Still yet to score. Kicks it out to Grant. And they get it back. A nice shot by Klingen.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thank you, guys. The Pistons are growing. Coach J.B. Bickerstaff said, I appreciate the work that the guys have put in, and I'm proud of what they're becoming. But we have more work to do. We're still taking steps. Our guys have improved. The team has improved, but we're not finished yet. Back to you.
On the rise. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. Thompson from long range. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. 1:27 left to play in the third. Here's Sharp. Can't hit from 12. Detroit's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Harris outside. Pass to Jenkins. Nice ball movement by Detroit. The three. The shot. Harris misses. The Trailblazers with the lead. Here's Grant, guarded by Harris. Grant against Harris. Grant on the wing. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark. Right now, he's averaging about 19 points a game.
And where is the leadership? Because in the second half, they just haven't brought the same energy defensively.
Now, here's Duran. Thompson outside. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Jenkins. Trying to get something going. And Klingen pulls it down. Inside, here's Sharp, and then Sharp with the dunk.
That's a great look. His teammate was on the move, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Here's Harris, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Trailblazers lead by 5. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Well, the vision, the placement of the pass, and then the timing. You just can't do it any better.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. At the guard spots, we'll see Cunningham and Ivy. Holland is out there with Karis LeVert, and it's Stewart in at the center. That's the group for Detroit right now. LeVert kicks to Cunningham. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Here's Sissoko. And here's Avdia. And the layup falls. Avdia's got the lead up to 7 now for the Trailblazers.
those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Ivy with it. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. So nice to see Jaden Ivey back in action, Tim, after suffering that broken fibula last season.
Yeah, Kevin, he was just hitting his stride when he had a very difficult injury. In particular, he was upping his shooting percentage from the field. Now he's looking to continue that momentum.
And the first one at the line is good. And before his untimely injury, Jaden Ivey, Greg, was blossoming in his third season.
Yeah, his shooting touch showed tremendous improvement. Great to see him back on the court, and still plenty of time to deliver on his potential.
Detroit making a switch. Harris is checked in, and a switch here also for Portland. Klingen's checked in. All right, legs, follow me here. You look at the rise of teams like Detroit, there's a lot to be said for having young legs.
Well played, Kevin, well played. And look, today's game exacts a physical toll. And if you think of it, that's especially true when you're playing a team like the Pistons. They play fast and they hit hard.
Yeah, just a fantastic job to stay with the play and just not give up. Excellent effort on the offensive backboard.
Cunningham for three. And Klingen pulls it down. Klingen's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Pass to Avdia. Here's Rupert. Portland needs to get off a shot. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Now, here's Ivy. Now, here's Cunningham. Defended by Avdia. Cunningham dishes it to Ivy. Stewart, a screen for Ivy. Detroit, no good that time either. Trailblazers leading by 7. Pass to Klingen. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Cunningham against Avdia. Fires it up. Sissoko, no good. Detroit's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. On the wing, Harris. He's covered by Murray. Harris inside. Murray on him. Harris passes to Cunningham. No good from the wing.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
And he doesn't have to do it alone. He's got 4 teammates on the floor.
Now, here's Avdia. From outside the arc, it's hauled in by Stewart. Pistons trail by 7. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Outside, Harris. Cunningham outside. Takes the 13-footer. Not gonna go.
Well, his poor shooting hasn't helped them much, but you can't point the finger solely at him for why they're behind.
Stewart with the steal. One-on-one fast break. Ivy. And he drains the J.
Big-time buckets is what everyone wants to see from Ivy. He has to attack without hesitation in those situations.
And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. He knows every possession is critical now.
Get up, get up, get up, start making some noise. Here they come. Your number dancing.
Different look here for Detroit. Jalen Duren. He's checked in for Stewart. Asar Thompson comes in for Karis LeVert. Robinson is subbed in for Ivy. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Guys, over the last break, I listened to Chauncey Billups address the team. Coach asked his team, Can anyone knock down a three? Reminding them three-point shooting will open up the floor, make things easier in the half-court offense. Everyone loves making threes. Missing? Not so much. Guys?
All right, Allie, we thank you for that. Now, here's Sharp. Lays it in off the window.
An exciting player coming into his own. We're seeing all of what Sharp has in this one.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Cunningham. Sharp rips down the rebound.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
He seems like he's moving okay, but clearly something isn't right.
Now, here's Grant. And Harris will pull it down.
That's a missed opportunity, and that is one he would love to have back.
Cleared away by Avdia.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Grant. Now Klingon. Avdia outside. Knocks down the three.
Smart choice there by Klingon. The rookie moves the ball instead of forcing it himself.
Pistons trail by 10. 1:03 left in the game. And stolen by Sharp.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Trailblazers.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Donovan Klingon.
Yeah, I mean, he was a force on the glass. Just incredible effort.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Donovan Klingon.